Hello everyone, how's it going? Oh, the video's finally coming up, I think. Oh boy. Oh boy. I normally watch through Twitch, so don't know how this is gonna work. Maybe I need to refresh the page? Oh no, there it is. It's here. Yeah, we doing it. Let's go. Exciting. Yeah, I don't know if this is the first showcase, the first accessibility showcase. I think it is, because I don't remember it from previous years. So that's exciting. I'm glad that we're getting all these different ones. Oh my gosh, it's so loud. It's so freaking loud. It's like that loud. Crazy.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first ever Accessibility Summer Showcase, sponsored by I Need Diverse Games. I'm your host, Laura. I'm a white woman with bright blue hair, shaved on one side, wearing a plain black dress, standing in front of a blue, lightly animated backdrop. I am a disabled gamer with a number of disabilities that impact things like my memory,
welcome Mew to the
processing,
stream. I love you very
coordination,
much.
focus,
How's it
and
going,
hearing.
Mew?
And as
Welcome,
such,
welcome.
I wanted to create a space during the week of E3/Summer Games Fest / whatever we're calling the Deluge of Summer Game Announcement live streams this year, where disabled gamers could be confident that if a game trailer seemed interesting to them, they would know upfront if the game was likely to be playable by them or not when it releases. Basically, I want this to be a space where disabled gamers can get in on the excitement of finding out about new and upcoming video games, with less risk of finding out later that a cool looking game that you've seen today isn't going to be something that you can play when it actually releases. Alongside trailers for recently released and upcoming video games, you'll also be hearing stories from disabled gamers about what accessibility means to them, and from disabled game developers about how they approached creating the kinds of accessible designs that they personally need when gaming. Not every video game shown here today is going to be playable by every disabled gamer. Disability is often a spectrum of overlapping distinct needs, and it's very difficult to make one game that is accessible to everyone. But my hope is that by the end of this roughly 40-minute long showcase, you'll see at least one game that looks cool and meets your specific accessibility needs. So, without any further introduction, let's jump into the first batch of game trailers.
Hey! Let's go.
Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island is developed by Polygon Treehouse and published by Whitethorn Games. In Mythwrecked, you play as Alex, who has been shipwrecked on an island inhabited by the Greek gods. You'll need to befriend them and help get their memories back to uncover the mystery of Ambrosia Island. Making friends is integral to the gameplay of Mythwrecked. You'll get to know the gods by talking to and learning about them. Naturally, many
Let me
features in
know if
Mythwrecked
the
make
audio is
reading
okay,
dialogue
by the
accessible.
way.
The text is in a readable sans serif typeface by default. Text bubbles are available in light or
Nice.
dark modes, so pick whichever you prefer. The gods
Nice.
make great conversationalists, and players can choose to press a button to confirm reading or allow the dialogue to autoplay at a fast, medium, or slow pace. The dialogue can be customized even further by having the text scroll or by having it show up all at once. Track objectives around the island using a wonderful gadget called the Ambrosadex that boasts a high contrast journal and inventory system. The Ambrosadex also has a radar function that uses sound effects, visuals, and haptics to let you know when you're close to finding a hidden treasure. Ambrosia
that's cool.
Island is alive with discoveries, sights and sounds, and adorable little creatures. You'll explore the island using a stable, dynamic tracking camera and can enhance your experience by toggling haptics or button press sprint. You can even customize your entire playthrough with full button remapping. And you won't need sound to enjoy the ambiance of Ambrosia Island. Mythwrecked includes captions for ambient and environment sound effects, so you can feel immersed in the vibrant surroundings with or without sound.
Nice.
Thank you for watching, and we can't wait to see you on the sun-kissed beaches in Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island.
That game looks cool. I like that a lot.
Welcome to Sky Tales, a wonderful world full of gentle puzzles to solve. Play as Sky, the friendly dragon, and help out your friends and neighbors. Or help the coasting
I forgot
crew
to
set
send out the
sail
tweet.
and
Oh,
discover
frick.
long-lost treasure at the bottom of the sea. Take a break between puzzles and make music with magical instruments. Fill the air with melodies and put on a magical concert of your very own. And there's no need to rush. Play at your own
The
pace.
voice for
Explore
this
the valleys of Avishire,
this
Raina
game, like the
Falls,
narrator,
Coston, and Westbridge
for
in
some
your
reason
own
reminds
time.
me of Wolf a little
Accessibility
bit.
is at the heart of Sky Tales.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Nice.
With features that let you shape the game to meet your needs.
That's cool.
Express yourself by collecting fabulous outfits from all corners of the world.
That's
Sky
cool.
Tales, your playful world awaits.
Hi, I'm Radaz. I'm a disabled content creator and Twitch ambassador. I'm a white woman with brown hair, wearing a grey t-shirt with white outside seams. I live with multiple chronic illnesses, Sjogren's, CFS, fibro, to name a few, which leave me with both mobility and cognitive accessibility related needs. I really appreciate games that give me the ability to remove button mashing, or set longer windows on reaction time events, and really any kind of decent quest log or map, just so I don't get too lost in the world. This next game not only has accessibility features that are beneficial for me, but it also just looks awesome. The vibrant pixel art, the chiptune soundtrack, and varied boss fights are a perfect accompaniment to a really cool lesbian love story. This is Boss
Oh,
Game, The
heck
Final Boss is
yeah.
Mine.
Heck yeah.
Hey there, my name is
Excited.
Lily Valine, and I'm the lead developer of Boss Game. The final boss is my heart.
Oh my god. This looks great.
Boss Game is a lesbian romance boss rush.
Yo!
You play as Sophie and Anna, two broke girlfriends who hunt devils to pay the rent. The game features
Yo!
lightning fast, rhythmic boss battles in a unique two-hero battle system. Sophie and Anna fight simultaneously in order to build combos, keep each other alive, and unleash super attacks.
Oh, that's
In
cool.
between boss fights, you'll flirt with your girlfriend, fight your corrupt employer, and uncover the dark secrets of Marion City, all while texting friends and enemies. Boss Game is all about using the power of love to defeat huge, ridiculous bosses. Because of the focus on hectic battles, I knew right away that I wanted to include a wide variety of gameplay options. Boss Game includes several different ways to adjust the experience and challenge, including granular settings for things like gameplay speed and bonus hero damage. These settings can be changed in large or small increments. Enabling the automatic block option will cause Sophie and Anna to activate their shields automatically upon taking damage, which reduces the need for quick reactions. The invincibility option makes it impossible to lose a battle, which allows players to avoid reaching a dead end.
Nice.
I've added a variety of different options so that people can experiment and find what works best for them. I've found that players are very capable of using these settings to create an engaging level of gameplay that suits their ability and how they like to play. Boss Game, The Final Boss is My Heart, is out now on Android and iOS, and will be released this July on Steam and itch.io.
Oh,
Thank you so much for joining
awesome!
me.
I was waiting for a mention of itch.io. Heck yeah.
Hello, my name is
Love
Luis
to see
Alonso,
it.
and I'm the game developer for Spaceboat. I'm here today to talk to you about how I tackle the task of accessibility. What most people don't know about me is that I'm actually physically disabled myself, so I take accessibility very seriously. Despite being a triple amputee, I can't claim to be an expert in all forms of accessibility, but I can break down how I approach making Spaceboat as accessible as possible. As a result, I made sure that the game could be played comfortably with a controller and without the need for multiple button combinations for successful game progression. As someone who has beaten every Soulsborne game in existence but cannot play games like Metroid Dread, I can tell you this is paramount for people with physical disabilities. When people with cerebral palsy reached out to let us know they enjoyed playing the game, I knew that at least on that front, I'd been successful. Now let's consider people with hearing disabilities. Since Spaceboat is a narrative-heavy game, it was important to make it possible to read every voice line that was spoken. As a result, I added subtitles when full dialogue text boxes were not shown. For the visually impaired, I ran the game with multiple simulated color blindness types, and realized that the bright, colorful, and high-contrast art direction worked rather effectively.
Nice.
In the case of the most common types of color blindness, like deuteranopia, it actually turned into an advantage since key markers would pop out. Recently, we added more text for those with extreme uncommon types of color blindness, or game mechanics that rely too much on colors. If you're watching this and think we could improve Spaceboat's accessibility, please contact us at contact@recombobulator.ca. Thank you.
Hey, I'm
Nice.
Harry. I'm the Senior Designer of Accessibility at Rebellion, and I'm here to chat a bit about Sniper Elite 5. Sniper Elite 5 launched last year, and it is the most accessible Sniper Elite and Rebellion game to date. One of our core pillars of the game is being able to play your own way, as we believe that anyone can be an elite. I joined at the end of the project, and there were already a great range of accessibility options and considerations that had gone into the game. Things like clear subtitles with speaker names, aim assists, and highly customizable difficulty. Since release, we were able to implement lots of meaningful accessibility options and updates. Like
I'm
aim
so
toggle,
glad that
automatic
these
forward movement,
settings
auto
have
reversal
become
options,
like
and colorblind
the
map.
norm,
Through our
if that
Discord
makes
channel, I've been
sense,
able
in
to
a
get
lot of
of
games.
feedback
Like
that's really
even
helped us
outside of the
address barriers that
showcase,
players
I feel like
face.
most
We have a range
games
of
kind of
feedback
have
if you have any feedback.
like a lot of
That's what we
settings
absolutely love,
now
because there should
that
be
people
nothing about us without us.
can
You can read all
like
about the full suite of
mess
options
around
available
with,
on
and
our
I
new
do love
accessibility
that.
page found at rebellion.com/accessibility/sniper-elite-5. There's also a link to give your own feedback or join our Discord. We're proud to support the Accessibility Summer Showcase, and as part of that we've donated some Sniper Elite 5 keys for a giveaway. So email laurakbuzzofficial@gmail.com before midnight BST on Friday the 16th of June to enter a random draw for a game key. Give your email the subject line
Nice.
Sniper Elite giveaway, and please name your platform of choice. Good luck, Snipers.
That's awesome.
Hi, I'm Tabby, and I'm the UX director at Mighty Owl Studios. Our newest title, A Night in the Attic, gave our team a really unique opportunity to work with accessibility features in VR, and I'd like to share some of them with you today.
This one looks really
Using the
cool.
game accessibility guidelines and testing with Able Gamers player panels, we developed A Night in the Attic with some great features in mind. Some features we've added to reduce cognitive load on our players are tutorials with button glyphs and controller
Oh,
movements,
it's a VR
a book of cool actions which
game.
unlock as you progress, and which you can access anytime.
I'm sorry,
Player-controlled dialogue
I
progression
can't do
that lets you
VR
know where in space
games.
the dialogue is taking
As
place,
cool as this
and levels
looks,
that are about 5
like,
to 15
anytime
minutes
I've
long
ever
to
tried
enable
to play a
frequent
VR
breaks.
game in the
To help with
past,
visual
I don't
accessibility,
have my
we've
own
used captions for
VR
illustrated
headset,
manuscripts and text
but
only
anytime
dialogue,
I've played
a high
VR,
contrast
like,
and
somewhere
easy-to-read
else in the
font,
past,
UI elements that you can grab and
it's
move
always
around
made
to
me a
enhance
bit sick.
readability, and no information is conveyed through color alone. The audio in A Night in the Attic features independently controlled levels for music and sound effects, plus you can toggle monaural or binaural sound and haptic feedback for actions. Finally, physical accessibility has been a really interesting challenge in VR. A Night in the Attic features comfort considerations like fully seated gameplay, keeping actions within an arm's length, and minimal requirement to bend or twist. There are 3 ways to control Guinevere: one-handed tilt, two-handed tilt, or with either analog stick. By
That's
incorporating
cool.
best practices and playtesting feedback where
I like the
possible, we've
music
worked
a
hard to
lot.
make sure A Night in the Attic is a comfortable and enjoyable experience for our players.
And it's cool that the story is done through all those little puzzles in
I'm
the
the developer
room.
of Upheaval,
Works well
a
for the
text-based,
VR
open-world fantasy
aspect.
adventure game. In just 30 in-game days, the enigmatic magician will arrive. You have until then to track down magical treasures and aid or interfere with people and factions that surround your small village. Upheaval is turn-based, so you can always take as much time as you want to plan your next move. And if the in-game time limit of 30 days is too short, turn on relaxed mode and take as many in-game days as you want to explore everything the game has to offer.
Oh, I love that!
play
I
Upheaval
love
completely
games that
using
are
just your
like,
keyboard
okay, the
or
main
using
game
just your
mechanic
mouse
is that there's a time limit.
For
But
blind
if you
players,
want
the
to,
console version of Upheaval supports screen readers like NVDA and includes
if you
full-text
want
descriptions
to, you
of the
can just
graphical
turn it
version's
off.
important
And I
visual
like that a
elements.
lot.
You can play Upheaval in windowed or full screen mode, in dark mode or in light mode, and with or without background graphics.
Nice.
You can adjust volume for music, ambiance, and sound effects separately to get the sound experience you want. You can play Upheaval's free demo
like,
and early access alpha right now
I
on
do
itch.io.
absolutely love
Or
the fact
wishlist
that pretty
Upheaval on
much
Steam to get
most
an email when the full
games that
version
come
is
out
released.
now, even like the
If you have any
AAA
questions about
titles,
accessibility
have
or
like
any
so
issues
many
accessing
settings you
Upheaval,
can mess
join the
with.
Discord to chat with me at upheavalgame.com/discord.
Because it definitely makes things a lot easier for everyone involved.
My name is Tribeca, and I'm a disabled and chronically ill content creator from Norway. I'm a 30-year-old woman sitting in my really cozy gaming room. I have red hair, I have black heavy eyeliner, and I have a lavender knitted sweater. I have been ill my whole life, and due to this, accessibility is something that is really dear to my heart. I'm born with something called cerebral palsy, and later in life I've gotten a bunch more of diagnostic, some of them like PTSD and rheumatoid arthritis. All of these problems affect my everyday life, mostly in the form of like brain fog, forgetfulness, spasms, tremors, a lot of pain, and a bunch of fatigue. I
know
lucky enough,
Angel
though, to have
has some of these
medication that keeps
issues.
my immune system at bay, but if I have a bad day, I am dependent on accessibility to be able to play my favorite games. That can be things like puzzle guides, difficulty modes, the ability to pause the game whenever, or the ability to switch between a controller or a keyboard, or just good tutorials in-game. And this is why I am honored to introduce this next game that not only thought about my need for being able to switch between different controllers, but also make sure that a player never loses a level and is always able to progress in a story. This is Princess Farmer by Whitethorn Games and Samuel B. Games.
Princess Farmer is a match 3 visual novel with lots of queer and diverse representation.
Heck
with
yeah.
accessibility in mind. Charlene, the game designer, artist, and story creator of the game, injured her hands a few years ago. One of the things that helped keep her spirits up while she healed was playing Switch games with one hand. She decided that she wanted to make a game that was easy to pick up and play with just one hand. One of Princess Farmer's main accessibility features is its gameplay styles. Sometimes folks just want to chill and not have to think about what they're doing. Action Bunny mode allows players to do just that. And if a player wants a challenge, planning out their moves carefully to make or avoid specific matches, there's Puzzle Bunny. And for those players who just can't make up their mind, Balance Bunny combines the two. The game will never punish you.
Hi, Em. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? I love you very much, Em. Welcome. And yeah, it is. I'm big tired, big sleepy. It's early for me. I think tomorrow is also going to be 11 a.m. Also, I need to say this. Apparently, getting ready to start work, otherwise I join. No worries, Em. It's totally fine. We're just chilling here, watching the showcase. It's all good. I am upset though, because on the Summer Game Fest, like on the website that like tells you when conferences are gonna happen, it says the Tribeca Showcase is happening at 12, but when I went to look, it said it's happening at 3. I'm like, that's a completely different time. Like, what? I now don't know. Is it starting at 12? Is it starting at 3?
Botany Manor is a first-person puzzle game developed by Balloon Studios and published by Whitethorn Games. You play as Arabella Green, a retired botanist living in a beautiful, picturesque manor. While exploring the manor, you'll discover clues and research that will help you unlock the mysteries of forgotten flora. Admire the manor through Arabella's eyes, with field of view, motion sensitivity, and camera smoothing sliders. Invertible camera controls help ensure you have a familiar experience. Inspect postcards, books, posters, and more around the manor for information about your plants. When deciphering these clues, text overlays can assist with the details that may be hard to see in your playing environment. The overlay is a high-contrast, sans serif text overlay that displays on screen. You don't need to rush your time in Botany Manor. There are no time limits to solve puzzles, so feel free to explore the halls and gardens during your stay. If you do, however, feel the rush of being on the brink of a discovery, you can toggle sprint with a single button press.
Nice!
Botany Manor has an optional single stick mode that allows you to play using a single analog stick for movement. You'll have a toggle or hold option for a look-around view that you can use to stand still while you use the analog stick to observe your surroundings instead of move. Here, we're using single stick mode and have the camera customization set to increase your field of view and camera smoothness. Take your time researching, relaxing, and uncovering the mysteries of long-lost flora in Botany Manor.
Hi everyone, Laura here again. Thank you so much for being here and watching the very first Accessibility Summer
Yeah, it
Showcase.
is the first one. I thought it was the first one.
To thank I Need Diverse Games, whose sponsorship of the showcase's debut year has made it possible to commission art assets for the event, as well as creating American Sign Language, British Sign Language, and audio-described versions of the presentation. We've got a bunch of games still to showcase today.
I should have found, if there's, oh shoot, I should have found that one. It would definitely help for the stream.
This is the event's first year, and I appreciate every game developer who took the time to take a chance and be involved in a debut event like this. The hope is that we can make the Accessibility Summer Showcase an annual event going forward, growing the scope and scale of the event over time.
Yeah!
Thank you so much for being here from the start, supporting what we're trying to build. Anyway, you're here for game trailers and news, so let's get back into things, starting with one of 2023's most impressive examples of accessibility improvements that were added in a post-launch update.
This day started like any other.
Judged for your sins.
No! A true nightmare.
Have you ever murdered someone? What? Answer the question.
Hello, I'm Fabrice from Cocat, a French solo game developer. For 6 years, I've been making Brock the Investigator, which combines a narrative adventure game with beat-em-up action. Brock offers a wide range of accessibility features, in particular for blind gamers.
Ooh.
The full game is voiced, including hotspots, menus, specific tutorials, and audio descriptions were added. Before this project, I had no idea there was no big adventure game like this playable for visually impaired gamers, So I'm pleased more players are now able to enjoy it.
Oh,
this was really fun
that's super cool that he was able to
Brock is available
like
now
get all
on
of
PC
that
and
when it hasn't
consoles,
really been
and
done
you can try
before.
the demo on all platforms.
Hi, my name is Thomas Tvorek, also known as Lirin. I was working on Brock the Investigator as an accessibility consultant. This is my first project on such a large scale, and I can tell you this was a really beautiful adventure. Mostly I was working on text-to-speech and how to improve combat and puzzles for
Hi
the blind
Owen,
people,
welcome
while
to the
Cowcat
stream. How's it
did
going?
the
I love you
magic
very
based
much.
on my feedback and my work. And I hope you've enjoyed Brock the Investigator.
How's it
and if
going,
not,
Owen?
Go and grab it. This is really fantastic game with excellent voice acting, story, and music. And I hope you like the accessibility features we've implemented.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that
and I'm currently working on a game
a lot of
called
other
Phoenix.
adventure games
It's a
don't
short,
have that
everyday
kind of
life adventure of
accessibility.
two school kids in a peaceful town, making friends with a bunch of lively people and creating unforgettable
And
memories.
that one's the first
The
one.
game's
It's
story
crazy.
is split into small bite-sized episodes where you can explore, learn more about the characters, and find collectibles for minigames. Or you can just sit around and relax with cats and dogs. Based
Yeah!
on how you spend your days, the main characters' personalities will slowly develop, changing how they interact with the world. Moving
Hi
your character in
Adam,
the
welcome
game can
welcome
be
to
done
the
either
stream.
manually,
How's it going?
with a
I
keyboard
love
or
ya.
controller,
Welcome
or by
welcome
clicking on
Adam.
interactable icons with a mouse. So far, the game allows clipboard-based text-to-speech for most of its systems.
I
proper
love how
support
the
for it
cats
long
and
before
dogs look in this. They're so
There's also
cute.
audio
Like, look at
subtitles,
that!
audio
Looks so cute in this
descriptions,
art
and separate audio
style.
volumes for background music, ambient sounds, and sound effects. Speed or difficulty options for dialogues, in-game time, or mini-games are also present, alongside various screen and graphic settings like window type, brightness, shadow and particle quality, camera motion, and many more. There's still a lot of things to work on before the game is finished, but some planned features are general UI size and color settings, a simple map, event guides and recaps, full controller mapping, and more limited control
I really want to play this game. It looks cool.
or by making any sound with a
I
microphone.
really like the art style to
Phoenix is
it.
currently planned for Windows, Mac, and Linux, both on itch and Steam. I'm designing the game to be as accessible as I can with my current resources, so if you're interested and would like to see more of it, please share it to your friends.
I love it! The guy just doing like, I'm spinning.
Updates about Himig and other things. Thank you, stay safe, and have a good day.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Vivek Garhill, an accessibility consultant and journalist. Gaming is an integral part of my
I'm
DNA.
doing good, Adam. Just tired. Because it is a little early for me. Also, I found out that so on the website with the list of all the conferences, it says the Tribeca conference is in an hour. But when I looked on the page, it said it was also at like 3 p.m. So I'm like, maybe it's not the next hour, and if that's the case, I guess we're done after that.
Ultimately, gaming brings me joy. Accessibility options unlock my potential, showcasing my abilities instead of highlighting my limitations by removing any unnecessary barriers.
How was it, Adam?
Recently,
The Liza
Star
P
Wars
demo.
Jedi Survivor had good accessibility design. It included full button remapping,
A core accessibility feature I require so that controls are positioned.
The Pinocchio Soul's like, let's go. That is what it is, huh?
Dexterity. The option to slow down game speed.
Yeah. I don't play Souls-like games often either, Adam. But I know some of the friend group does. So they'll probably enjoy it a lot. But I do love the art style for it.
But I have slower reaction times. Accessibility manages this difference.
But yeah, it's really cool that
On a higher level,
that even with AAA games, a lot of them are consulting people on how to make their games more accessible and adding all these features. I think it's really awesome that that's kind of become like the thing now in the modern day, making it so that people can, even with disabilities, like be able to play games and have a good time with it.
As the accessibility saying goes, don't do anything about us without us.
Ooh, that's cool, Adam. That's cool.
Can you retain your humanity while fighting against the corporate biotech conspiracy? This is Solid State, a 3D, choice-driven, cyberpunk and hope-punk visual novel.
Whoa.
Play as the young hacker Chloe, who confronts political plots
oh my
as
gosh.
she fights for her friends and her city.
I've heard of this game. This game right here, Solid State, I think I have it on my wish list on Steam because I think the developer like reached out to me at one point to let me know that this game is happening, which is pretty cool.
Swaley, a community leader who grapples with expectations on different levels of governance. And Alden, an old flame who was Chloe's first love in university. Chloe's hacking allows her to take on another person's identity and read their encrypted data. With such abilities, what does it mean to speak your truth responsibly? In a world where humanity's rights are up on the chopping board of corporate greed, will Chloe's actions incite violent backlash or bloom into hope?
Yeah, this looks cool.
All accessibility features can be toggled at any time. We have a toggle for Open Dyslexic Font for all of our text to make our game more readable. There is a full history log of previously read text for each scene. Text speed can be adjusted. There is a selection
but yeah,
of highlight colors
I'm pretty sure I have this game as one of the games on my wish list
and there are no
because the developer like reached out to me about it. But that's super cool.
2023. Your choices mobilized.
Also, heck yeah, Adam. That is a pretty long demo. That's pretty cool.
Steve Spawn here. My friend Laura Cade asked me to stop by and tell a brief story about why accessibility matters to me. Well, there's obviously a lot of stories and they take a lot of time, so I'm going to try to tell you the shortest story that I know that made a difference in my life.
Nice,
Long time
Adam.
ago, young Steve really enjoyed hanging out with his friends. He was a very not social kid.
Oh no, Adam.
Young Steve had no idea how to
Don't
talk
worry,
to
Adam.
people
I
or
would be
how
the
to make
same way.
friends,
I would
or
also
was
die
scared of
immediately.
being made fun of in so many ways. But the one thing I was not scared of was playing video games. Well, I enjoyed playing games, but I always did them alone. And my friends were kind of going in the opposite direction. In high school, they stopped wanting to go play games and wanted to go to the world. And they wanted to go out and enjoy hotel parties away from the adults. They wanted to go to the clubs for under 18s, and they wanted to have fun in the real world. But the problem was, outside of the club was my mortal enemy, the single stair. Really annoying thing I could not get over because apparently ramps weren't built back in 1992. Anyway,
Oh no.
thing is, I had a friend who knew that I was struggling with this, and because of that, invited me over to his place. And despite the fact that he also had the same invites to go to these parties and whatnot, would bring me over to his house, which was also inaccessible with another staircases, you know, and would bring out his Nintendo to his garage, and we would sit out in his garage and we would play video games together. And that was our connection point, was that he took the time and understanding to realize that I was being left out of our friendship circle that I had always been included in, not purposely, but because people didn't realize that wheelchairs couldn't go where they wanted me to be able to go. And he found a way around that by introducing me to video games, by keeping me in video games as a social aspect. And so in his garage, we would sit and play Mortal Kombat fighting games, and we would laugh at each other getting pwned and whatever else you got back in the 1990s. And we stayed connected through all those years because video games allowed us to stay despite a hard time. And I think everyone should have opportunities where maybe life is boxing you out a little bit and your disabilities are getting in the way of things that you'd otherwise really enjoy. Well, in the world of video games, it shouldn't be like that. We can put accessibility in games, and having the ability to play games, no matter where you are, is a super important part of remaining accessible.
Nice. I'm glad that it's not just the games, but they're also giving some stories as well. Like really showing like the people as well.
You play as Tyke, who is revisiting a beloved childhood holiday destination, Pine Hearts, to overcome the physical and mental mountain set before him. The team at Hyperluminal are committed to making games better.
But yeah, Adam, there's like some there's some demos that can be so long. I know
we took part in an
what was it? Wasn't there like
2022
wasn't the Fire Emblem Three Houses demo like pretty much most of the game? Like pretty much like the first half of the game or something. I remember that there's like been some demos where it's been like here's like about half of the game.
We've chosen to address
I was like, whoa, thanks for that demo.
Firstly, by creating a dedicated accessibility onboarding flow for first-time players.
I need to ask Zach, be like, hey, was the demo for Fire Emblem Three Houses like half the game? I feel like I remember him talking about that at one point.
We also aim
like,
to provide
it was pretty much like a big chunk of the game.
From our settings menu by housing them under a dedicated accessibility heading. Currently, we have around 10 settings planned for release, with 2 in the development phase right now. These include color blocking, which applies block colors to key characters and interactable elements, making them easier to identify against a desaturated background palette.
Nice.
Simplified controls, which removes inputs that require prolonged or timed button presses with simpler single button press inputs, allowing easier access for players with joint pain or upper body dexterity limitations. Our future plans include options for high contrast and highlight interactable modes, settings for scaling UI and fonts and for changing font styles, as well as options for turning on contextual subtitles for animated cutscenes and full controller remapping support. Beyond Pine Hearts, we're also focused on developing an approach to sustainably delivering accessibility across all of our future games. As a small indie development studio, finding time and resources to
Adam, I will say with Fire Emblem, you can technically start anywhere because it's one of those series where you don't need to know all the other entries to play each entry. Because they're kind of their own thing. Like, sometimes they're connected, sometimes they're part of, like, this expanded universe or whatever, but pretty much it doesn't really matter. Just like with Persona or SMT or Final Fantasy or whatever, like, you can start with any game and it's fine. I would say if you, I would recommend starting with either Fire Emblem Awakening or Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Making it easier to identify.
I think those two are some really good ones.
Against background elements. Pine Hearts will launch in early 2024 on Steam and Switch.
And there's been some recent like remakes of some of the early ones. So I would definitely recommend checking those out if you want. Yeah, Awakening or Three Houses, top tier ones. top tier. I would say Awakening is, like, if you're looking for something that reflects, like, the entire series more on how it's like, Awakening is the right thing. Three Houses is kind of like its own thing. Like, I don't think any other game in the series is like Three Houses. At least not yet. Maybe in the future they'll make more like it.
People. They can be too loud, they can be too bright, they can be too stressful.
Welcome to Space Station Norpopolis, where the groups have got loose after a lab accident. You have to use your Vacuumizer 5000 to help friendly robot Blink recapture them before Mr. Norp finds out. The game is full of features to help autistic people enjoy the game. There's no fail state, no stressful time limits. You can skip challenges, repeat tasks, and go at your own speed. If you get overstimulated, hit the smartwatch and come straight out of the game to a calm space where you can recover. Then rejoin
Oh,
the game
that's
when you're
cool. I like that,
There's an
having like
accessibility menu to
a
fine-tune the
separate
game to
space
your
when you
particular
need it.
sensitivities, and a multitude of other features designed into every level. Blink in the Vacuum Space has been designed from the ground up for autistic people, to put them in control so they can enjoy the game and just be themselves. Autistic people are proud of their autism. It isn't something that needs to be fixed, it's something that needs to be supported. That's why we've created Blink in the Vacuum of Space.
Wow, grooves, so ominous.
Blink and the Vacuum of Space.
That looks fun. Again, I'm not really the type to be able to do VR, but it looks fun.
We're nearing the end of the Accessibility Summer Showcase 2023, with the next trailer being our last one of the day, announcing a release date for a game that a lot of people in the gaming accessibility space have been looking forward to for the past few months. All that remains to be said is thank you to every game developer out there that's taking the fight for improved accessibility seriously, every disabled gamer that's speaking out about their experiences, and to everyone who tuned in today to watch the showcase. You can find out more about the games that were shown during today's showcase by checking out access-ability.uk, where we will have links to all of the day's trailers, as well as to every game that was showcased. I hope you all enjoy our final announcement, and hopefully we'll see you all again next year.
Hi everyone, I am Sightless Combat, accessibility consultant, gamer without sight, and content creator. Now if you're wondering why I use the term gamer without sight, I use it because legal blindness, often just shortened to being blind, can and often does include usable and or residual vision, which I've never had. It's basically a way of me saying, I can see absolutely nothing at all. And that brings us to a very interesting point. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you so much to the organisers for letting me participate in this event. It's an absolute privilege and an honour. But I'm here to introduce to you the next game in the lineup, a fantastic game that is from a genre that a lot of people would think you can't play without being able to see, namely a point-and-click game, and it is the wonderful Stories of Blossom, which has been rumoured and hinted at and demoed for a number of years in various fashions, and finally the amazing folks at Softleaf Studios are releasing it this year, and I am so excited for this, partly because I'm in the credits, but also because it's going to be a game that is fully playable without the need for sighted assistance in any capacity, which is always a fantastic thing to see when it's executed as well as this game does it. So without further ado, here is the new trailer for Stories of Blossom from Softleaf Studios.
Hi everyone, my name is Connor Bradley, Creative Director of Softleaf Studios. Today I am excited to be sharing a quick overview of the accessibility of our game, Stories of Blossom. From the very beginning, accessibility has been our main goal. So we've been working closely with those from the disabled and neurodiverse communities to help us remove barriers from our game. A lot of this work has been baked into the experience itself, such as the readability of each dialogue line, the design of our puzzles, and how we lay out information and our menus. we also have a large array of accessibility options that you can use to tweak the experience to your liking.
Oh, I like that they even allow
For a
you
full
to make the
rundown of
text
those,
boxes
please
bigger
visit our
and change the
updated
colors and everything.
accessibilities page
That's awesome.
at softleafstudios.com. And now I am thrilled to announce we have a new trailer.
I believe I have a story that could help.
I wonder what she's getting up to.
It looked like they could use some help, and lots of it.
Let's see what we can do about that.
She came across a planet full of little fungi people.
Hello, little fella. I better get out of here before he realizes.
There once was a pirate.
But yeah, it's amazing that that guy is able to, you know, play so many video games. Like, I saw all of the stuff along his wall and everything.
Oh, look! Hidden treasure. In the back.
I wonder what it's like.
You see, my dear, you have.
Because I feel like video games are such a visual medium. It must be pretty different. But it's cool to know that it's still possible.
Tickles will it take to make an octopus laugh? 10 tickles.
Amazing. That was a pretty good pun. Or are we just... Is that it? Oh, that's it. That's it. It's done. That was a pretty abrupt end. But yeah, that was a good dad pun. Yeah, I hope they showcase this again. That was really cool. Oh. I don't mean to show this. Where is it? There we go. But yeah, I thought, so if I go to like the website that tells you like all the stuff that's happening, like all the showcases, it says the Tribeca showcase is like right after, like literally in 15 minutes. But when I checked the thing, it said like 3 p.m. Eastern is what it said. And so I was like very confused. I was like, wait, is it not 12? I thought it was 12. The thing on the website says 12. Very, very confused. Yeah, it says the showcase. Yeah, digital showcase. It says 3 p.m. Why did it say on the website that it was 12? Like, let me pull it up. Hold up. I need to show that it says 12. It says 12 EDT. I'm very confuzzled. I don't know if I can make it focus. But it says Tribeca Games Spotlight, June 9th, 12 p.m. EDT. But on the website, like the Tribeca, like actual Tribeca Games Spotlight, it says 3 p.m. They can't make up their mind, I guess. Yeah. Crazy. Or maybe it's like different on Twitch. Like maybe if I go to the Game Awards, like it'll play at 12, but then they'll play it later. I'm so confused. Now I'm like questioning everything I see on this website. I'm like, is it really 11 a.m. tomorrow for the next conference? I don't know. It says 11 a.m. But can I trust this now? I'm like confused. I'm checking, where is it? Where is the website? Okay. Yeah. Oh. So it says it's 12 p.m. Pacific time, of course. So maybe like the website got confused with the PDT time with the EDT time, maybe? Possibly? I don't know. It's very strange. Because I just looked here and it does say, like on this other website, it does say 3 p.m. for the Tribeca one. So it definitely seems like that's the case. Well, I thought we would do 2 conferences today, but I guess we're just doing one because I'll be at work at the time the second conference is happening. So I'm working from 1:45 to 4, and then I'm probably gonna hang out a bit for like the staff party that's going on. So I won't be able to see the Tribeca Games Showcase, sadly. But I'll be back tomorrow. So seeing this website, it does collaborate that the Wholesome Direct is at 12. So I'm thinking I'll start the stream tomorrow at 11 a.m. for the Future of Play that's going on. Let's see, Future of Play Direct is at 11. I'm gonna hope that this isn't lying to me, that it is at 11. Because now I'm not sure. Oh, they changed it! They changed it on the thing. It no longer says 12, it says 3 p.m. EDT. Amazing. But yeah, Future Play is apparently at 11. And then the Wholesome Direct and Future Games Show and all that is tomorrow from 11 to like 3 or so. And then on Sunday will be Xbox Games Showcase and PC Gaming Show. I'm sad that I'm missing some of the stuff on later days. Whoa! I didn't realize the Grasshopper Direct that's happening on the 15th is at 12 a.m. There's no way I'm streaming at 12 a.m. Jeebus. At least not on Twitch. Maybe I'll stream in the Discord. Oh my god. And the Anna Perena one is on June 29th. I don't know what day that is. Like, what day of the week, I should say. I am sad that I'm missing some showcases on Tuesday, and also the Capcom showcase on Monday. But, you know, this is what happens when they make all their showcases so spread out instead of having it on specific days like they would if it was E3. I can't plan for these things. It's impossible. At least we got some of the main stuff, though. And I'm glad I caught the Accessibility Summer Showcase. That's pretty cool. Because, also for me, I will say, that, I also have, like, certain things. Like, I'm also somebody that, like, needed, special help during school and whatnot, and part of it is because I shake all the time, it's from my dad's side of the family. He has the same problem. It's called familial tremors or essential tremor. And I've had it ever since I was born. Like, when I was a baby, I was shaking, and I still shake to this day. And it definitely does impact video games. I bet, like, sometimes it's pretty obvious when I'm playing games that I do shake while I'm playing them. And it has made it so that some games are just impossible for me to play. So I totally support, like, having more accessibility options and whatnot in games, because I definitely know the struggle. I mean, all the different, you know, things people have is all unique and stuff. Like, I don't know the experience of everybody else, but just from my own experience, I can definitely say that having some extra options in these games can mean the difference between whether a game is playable or not. Along with that, like, I do have, like, a bit of an auditory processing disorder as well. Like, it is probably obvious sometimes that somebody will be talking to me and it's like it goes in one ear and out the other. Like, my brain can't fully process it, and it happens pretty often on stream since there's so many different, like, audio things going on at the same time. And definitely having, like, subtitles with things can mean the world for anybody who struggles with hearing in some capacity. And of course, finally, I do have a general anxiety disorder and OCD. So I really liked how with that one game that there was an ability to kind of, like, check out from the game and just kind of chill and stuff. I think more games should have stuff like that as well. But yeah, it was really cool to see this. I hope each year there'll be another accessibility showcase from now on. It's definitely a long time coming, because there's a lot of people, just like everybody that was on the showcase sharing their stories, just like me who was just sharing my own stories. There's a lot of people that have to deal with various, like, either physical or mental different things, because we're all, you know, pretty unique. And so just for everybody, it's kind of important to have, like, settings to make things more accessible, because even if you don't have, like, any, like, specific thing, like, you don't have something like familial tremors or an audio processing disorder or anxiety disorder or anything that was mentioned during the stream, like, even if you don't have any of those things, just having those settings can still be helpful to you, because maybe, like, you're having a bad day and, like, you can't do, like, something you normally could do, then you could easily just change the settings and make it so that even on that day, like, you can still do it. Maybe you recently, like one of the people mentioned in the stream just ended up breaking their hand, I think it was, at one point. And so it wasn't like, it was only a temporary thing, but still having that ability was to change the settings in the game was very important. So I'm glad to see that, you know, like, now we have a showcase for it, and that there's so many games being made that are having accessibility as, like, a forefront of what they're trying to do. But also, that, you know, it made me think about how it's basically become a norm, even with, like, AAA games, to have a lot of these options. And I think that's pretty cool as well. Also, like, the fact that there was that guy who made a, like, adventure game, like a full-on adventure game with a lot of accessibility options, and finding out that apparently he's, like, one of the first to really do that, like, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's sad that it's you know, taken this long. But it's pretty cool to be like really like pushing forward and pioneering in that front. But yeah. Anyways, I'm sad to miss the Tribeca. Actually, let me see. I mean, they do just have a list of stuff on here. So we could just check what's on the list and see what's there. Oh yeah, Alan Wake 2. That's definitely been shown a lot. Which was a long time coming. There's a game called Chance of Senar. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show on the stream. Let's actually do it like this so that I can. There we go. Yeah, so I'm looking right now at the Tribeca Film Festival website and seeing the games here, because probably the games that we see here on the list are probably the stuff that they'll probably show in like the actual showcase. Just wanting to look at it before looking at it later. Maybe I'll even stream it in the Discord later, who knows. So we have Chance of Senar. The people of the tower no longer speak to each other, but it is said that one day a traveler will find the wisdom to break down the walls and restore the balance. Oh, whoa. Okay. Explore an enthralling world in a colorful, poetic setting inspired by the myth of Babel. Travel the endless steps of a prodigious labyrinth and unveil the mysteries of this fascinating universe where ancient languages are both the lock and the key. That sounds cool. Actually, let's look at the trailer. Why not? Oh my gosh, it's so loud. Definitely don't want it to be that loud. I mean, this looks really cool. So many... I'm glad that it's kind of become a norm now to have so many, like, artistically, like, vibrant and unique looking games. Definitely games like The Path and Journey and whatnot probably definitely pushed for this, you know, of making this kind of the norm now. Because there's always been, you know, artistic, like, games, especially, even from the beginning, a lot of artists have worked pretty hard to, like, create games and whatnot. But it wasn't, like, the norm like it is now. At least I don't think so. So there's also Despelote. Run, pass, and dribble as 8-year-old Julian in this slice-of-life game all about football. Explore the streets and parks of Quito, set against the backdrop of Ecuador's first qualifying run for the World Cup in 2001, and meet as a community through funny emergent interactions. That sounds cool. Wait, from the publisher. I thought it was developer. But now looking at the two games, I'm like, I'm pretty sure the person who developed both these games is not the same. Anyways. Firewatch and an Untitled Goose Game. Let's go. Oh, this looks cool. Football.
No se mueva de aquí. Si usted se va, ahí me enojo.
Now I'm gonna run away.
Hola, niño. ¿Qué haces fuera de la escuela?
La vida es así, es jodida. Uno tiene que enfrentarse a la vida como es. Ya carajo, ya, lárguense de aquí, carajo. Yo les voy a quitar la pelota.
I love that, like, the guy's yelling at him. Or, like, the guy's yelling at the main character, and the main character is just like, I'm just gonna keep eating, like, my cereal.
Ya, niños, vuelvan a su clase. ¿Qué me vieron a mí la cara de qué?
Hombre, bueno, no te pateo. Que no tiré el balón, te advertí.
Yo! Yo! Yeah, this looks really cool. I like this one a lot. Nice. Oh, The Expanse, a Telltale series. I keep forgetting that, like, Telltale died, and then they came back. Wait, is a prequel to the popular Amazon TV series. Huh? Oh yeah, The Expanse. I forgot about the show. I did hear about it. I think my parents watched some of it. I think. Yeah. Players take on the role of Kamina Drummer, the leader of a ragtag scavenging crew on the hunt for mysterious treasure on the edges of the belt. Drummer will square off against mutinous crew members and a savage pirate captain, Toussaint, who forces Drummer to grapple with her own violent past. Ultimately, Drummer must sacrifice her personal ambitions and rediscover the larger purpose that she is fighting for. Well, let's see. Let us see!
We have a new target.
What is it this time, El Dorado? The Fountain of Youth? Let me guess. The Falcon Horde of Venus?
The UNN Urshanabi. Cap believes there's something valuable on board. Something special.
Do we want to invite that kind of attention?
We'll be fine. In and out. No games.
I'll monitor any data you send back, and I'll be here to patch anyone up, should it come to that.
What happened?
Unexploded charge, I think. Pirates must have left it behind.
Hashang, you didn't scan first?
Commanders, this is Private Ensign Takabi. The pirates have asked me to report the following. All crew members have been killed or captured. The pirates do not wish to kill anyone else. If you open the gate now and allow them to complete their search, no more lives will be lost. If you do not comply... Oh God, no. Please don't.
Drummer, his suit is punctured and losing pressure. You need to release the vault and patch him now or he could die.
Belay that. That vault has O2, fuel. We can't afford to lose it.
Where are you going to go, Kamina?
Anywhere but here. With anyone but you.
Hate me all you want. You are many things, Beltalowda. But you are not a traitor.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
But yeah, it's so funny to see Telltale still alive. Well, technically not. It like died and came back to life. It's like a zombie. Okay, next is Goodbye Volcano Hide. High. I don't know why I said hide. Goodbye Volcano High. Check it out. Just Fang's luck. They finally figure out what they want out of life, and now the world's about to explode. In the story-driven, choice-based cinematic adventure game about personal growth, acceptance, and the power of the community, what will you do at the end of an era? Goodbye Volcano High is a cinematic adventure game, a coming-of-age rhythm game, a hand-animated interactive cartoon, and a choice-based, narrative-driven, interactive movie experience. The fact that it's a rhythm game makes me think this is a Lulu game. Lulu loves rhythm games. But yeah, I'm not really the best with rhythm games.
So, big day, class president's speech at the assembly. In light of the whole space rock potential demise of civilization thing, my chosen theme feels off.
What's the theme?
Using this year to, make an impact?
Yeah, perfect.
Are you okay? You've come into this year kind of intense with the band stuff.
The band is important. Why did she have to just leave? I said it was an emergency.
You did, and it is. To you.
Oh, it's cool.
It's weird how everyone's acting like nothing is different. Like, to me, everything feels different now.
We've always done what you wanted to do, and that's fine. But there's only so much time we have left. How are we supposed to just be fine?
That looks cool. I especially like the fact that apparently at some point you get to make stuff in like the in-game Photoshop. Okay, we have a few more. We have a Highland song. Says, Moira McKinnon has never seen the sea. Living with her mom in a small house in the Scottish Highlands, she receives a letter from her uncle Hamish urging her to come to the coast, and so Moira runs away. Control Moira as she scrambles across the mountains and through valleys filled with echoes, stories, ghosts, and songs. Find maps that unlock hidden paths while collecting the stories of the hills and of Moira's past. Oh, 80 days! I remember that game.
The hill behind the house 100 times. I know every stone. But after that hill, there's another. And then another again. And after all that, then that's the sea. And I've never been there.
Oh, is it another rhythm game? I mean, this looks cool, but again, not great at rhythm games. Yeah. It wasn't really clear. Like, it didn't really mention that from, like, the description, but that's what it looks like from the gameplay. It looks like a rhythm game. Interessante. Okay, so we have Nightscape. When the sun mysteriously causes the stars to fall to Earth, rendering the sky completely dark, the world is thrown into chaos in this 2.5D atmospheric adventure game rooted in ancient Arabian stories. Layla, a lost stargazer, reluctantly embarks on a quest to restore the stars to their rightful place, using her father's magical astrolabe. She awakens the power of the stars as she explores the mysteries of both Earth and sky. Oh, and no trailer for this one. Just pictures. I mean, it looks cool. I like the outfit. Huh. Oh, it's world premiere, guys. I'm really excited for this game. They announced it in the Humble Games Showcase. I ended up watching that, not on stream, but separately. This game looks really cool. Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. Again, no video. Wait, now I'm wondering if there's a video for both of these. Because there was definitely a video during the Humble Games Showcase for Stray Gods. And that led to me, like, putting it on my wish list. I'm gonna see if I can find Nightscape and then Stray Gods. Nightscape. Game. Let's see. No. I mean, part of the problem is there's so many games apparently called Nightscape. Big beef. No, no, I didn't mean that. I'm trying to find this. Let's see. There really is just no trailer for this. I'm guessing it's just gonna be at the Tribeca show, which sadly I can't stream. Though I did see the Stray Gods trailer, so that has to be out. Yeah, here's a trailer. So I'll show this one. And then I think we'll call it good for today, because we'll have looked through pretty much all the games that are listed on the website, which are probably all the games that are going to be at the Tribeca show anyway. But I'll probably showcase it another time, maybe even tomorrow after all the streams. If I feel like it, I'll be like, hey, let's watch the Tribeca, because I missed it. I missed it. Sorry, guys. Let's watch it right now. But yeah.
Did you lose your keys, Fred? I thought you'd be... What the... Calliope?
I'm so sorry.
But yeah, it's from the lead writer of Dragon Age, which is pretty cool.
You've been given powers you don't understand.
You say you didn't kill Calliope. You have 1 week to prove it. What do I do?
Start singing.
So sorry you had to be here for this. I'm in the dark too as you're hearing this. But someone is dead and I'm losing my head. Like the goat said, this is my time, time to shine.
Heck yeah, Adam.
It's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
You want answers? Fight for them.
How could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to a terrible fate.
This is not about you. Enough!
True magic is a different and older power. Ready to face the music?
Only you can decide. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
You're always looking out for me, Freddy. Best friends to the end, right?
Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
I wish I knew where I fit. Surely your life is just beginning.
Lost in a moment.
Very soon,
Lost in a moment.
the idols will be no more.
Lost in a moment.
Yeah. It's so cool. Like I'm so excited for that game. Like that's probably my favorite game so far from all the showcases that I've seen for this summer is this one, the Stray Gods one. I'm really pumped for that. It's an absolutely straight up Anya game right there. So I might even do it for stream. Like as soon as it comes out, I'll be like, yep, Monday stream time. We're playing Stray Gods, the role-playing musical. But yeah. So I think that should be everything for this week. Or not this week, for today. I'm still sad that apparently they changed the time or something. I don't know. Or maybe they got it wrong the first time. Being like, oh, it's gonna be... It's absolutely gonna be... Today at 12 p.m. Not at 3. And, the struggle is real. Yeah, I'll probably watch it later. Either that or maybe stream it tomorrow with all the other streams. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah! I'm glad I was able to catch the accessibility. Or maybe just a mix-up, yeah. It's possible. Like, I was thinking that maybe they saw, like, the PST time, the Pacific Standard Time or whatever, and was like, oh, it's 12, and got it mixed up. But who knows? We'll probably never know. So I'm glad we at least got to catch the accessibility conference. That's pretty cool. I hope they continue doing it every year from now on. This was the first time, and I hope they continue with it. There's like conferences happening on Tuesday. One is Dames for Games, which is for like women in video gaming, and there's also, what is it called? I need to check real quick. Black Voices in Gaming, which of course is for black creators in the community as well. And I'm sad that I will probably miss those because I didn't know that they were happening, and I already feel bad for taking off the days that I have taken off just for these conferences. Again, I kind of wish that a lot of these were announced earlier. Like, out of all the conferences, the only ones that, like, announced early on that they were happening was the Summer Game Fest. Like, announced, like, more than half a year beforehand that it was happening at, like, the certain date that it did. Xbox announced pretty early for their main showcase on the weekend. And, the Future Game Show announced pretty early. Everybody else was like slowly trickling like recently into like, oh, we're doing it this date, we're doing that date, and I'm kind of sitting here like, I kind of wish you guys stated it beforehand, that it wasn't just so last minute. So that I could actually have planned for all this, been like, hey, I'm taking off for all these days, but instead, like, it wasn't really a possibility. And I feel bad, like, trying to change things now, being like, actually, can I take off Tuesday as well? Like, I would feel bad. I like giving good notice when I want to have days off and stuff. I don't like being, like, last minute about it. I like giving plenty of time for people to make plans around and stuff. So it's like, well, yes, I just miss all of those conferences when they happen and just watch them later. But I'm glad I've been able to catch the amount that I have been able to catch. Like, I've, despite working a lot now, I've been able to catch a pretty good deal of conferences And I still will be able to catch some more over the weekend, which is pretty rad. But yeah, I'm just sad that I'm gonna miss. There's gonna be a Capcom showcase apparently on Monday at 6. So I'm probably gonna miss that. And then on Tuesday, there's Xbox Game Showcase Extended at 1. Then Games for Games at 4. And Black Voices in Gaming at 6. And kind of sad that I'm gonna miss those when they happen. But I'll probably just stream them on Wednesday. Be like, hey, we're watching. Yeah, Capcom is on Monday. It's at 6 p.m. EDT. 6 p.m. my time, I should say. So I'm trying to think. There's 5 hours difference, right? It's like 5 hours later for you, I think, Adam. Right? Or maybe 4 or 6? Somewhere around there. Like right now it's 12:23 for me. What time is it for you, Adam? They'll tell you what time it will be for you if the showcase is 6 p.m. for me. Grasshopper Direct is also happening on the 15th, but that's at like 12 a.m. And Annapurna, why do I always say Annapurna? Annapurna Interactive Showcase is happening on the 29th at 3. I still can't believe they announced that. 5:24. Okay, so yeah, it's like 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. It's like 5 hours difference. So then if it's 6 p.m. for me for the Capcom showcase, it would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It would be like 11 p.m. for you, Adam, for the Capcom showcase. So pretty late timing. But yeah. Anyways, I should probably head off then, since we're done with conferences for now. Actually, before we raid somebody, I'm just gonna double check that Future Plays conference tomorrow is at 11 a.m. I'm checking. Yeah, it says tune in June 10th at 11 a.m. ET. So that is correct. It is not a lie that it's tomorrow at 11 a.m. So we're all good with that. Top tier stuff. So I'll see everybody tomorrow at 11 then. Let's raid. I see Gab is live. It's been a hot moment since I raided Gab. Gab, has always been pretty, or actually, no, Q-Flux is also live, and I haven't raided Q-Flux in 5 billion years. I should go for Q-Flux since he's the smaller streamer. So I'm gonna do Q-Flux 888. But yeah, so thank you guys all so much for joining today. It was a fun time. I'll see you guys for tomorrow, a little before 11 a.m. to start with the streams for that day throughout the day. And also on Sunday, which I think the first one's at 1 p.m. if I remember correctly. But yeah, so I'll see you guys then. And for the conferences that I miss on Tuesday and Monday, I'll probably just stream them on Wednesday in my server. instead of on stream, since it won't be live anymore. But yeah, so thank you guys all so much for joining today, and thank you guys for hanging out for this conference and all that. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. I love you all. Bye-bye.